Just look at these gray roots. I've got them right here. They go up about 2 inches. Of course, I have them all through my hair. The new growth, the roots in here are not just gray, but they're starting to look pretty silver. And over on this side, you can see the 2 inches of new growth here. And that's not quite as silver, but it's getting there. Have you ever tried to cover your gray roots at home, only to have it come out with a weird, muddy green tint? It's frustrating, right? Or if you've recently embraced your gorgeous silver or natural gray, but decided maybe it's time to head back into those browns, then there's one step that you absolutely cannot forget, and that is using a filler. I'll show you exactly how you do it so you get rich natural color every time. The reason hair turns green is usually because gray hair lacks the warm pigments, which are red and gold. Those are the pigments that regular hair has. When you put a cool or neutral brown over a gray, there's no underlying warmth for that to hang on to, and then you get the green cast. A filler puts that warmth back in first. Here is why you're going to love this. We are ditching the harsh chemicals today. I'm using Schwarzkopf Simply Color in the shade 3.0 Darkest Brown. This permanent hair color is PPD-free, ammonia-free, and silicone-free. While reading the reviews on this hair color, I did note that people were saying that it comes out darker than the shade on the box. I suggest going one shade lighter if you're between colors and or do a patch test. For the filler, I'm using the Splat semi-permanent hair color in the color Midnight Ruby. This is a professional level trick that works by coating the hair with rich pigment rather than using harsh ammonia to force the cuticle open. Because this semi-permanent hair dye is free of ammonia and developers, it's a much better and gentler way to add those rich pigments to your color without ruining your hair structure. Both of these products were purchased on Amazon, and that's where you can find them. So of course, I'm going to start with the filler. I'm going to go and get this applied to my roots. And then what I'll do after I've got it all applied is I'll come back to show you the placement. Okay, I am back and I have the filler all applied to my hair. And as you can see, yes, it looks super red. It looks a little crazy. After I rinse this out and let it dry and apply the dark hair color, it's going to look totally different. I have a little tip that I thought would be worth sharing that'll really help you get your application distributed evenly, and that is using this two-sided little comb and applier brush. What I really like about the brush side is you can get the dye right up there into the roots. As you're going along, you just push it right into it on this side and going up like that. And that is really going to get that hair right down into the gray to make sure when you put the dark dye over that, it's really filled in well and you're not going to have any kind of gray roots or any kind of green muddy tint. I like the other side because that pulls the color through really nicely and gives it that really good even distribution. Now what I'm going to do is go rinse out all the red hair dye. Okay, I have the hair dye all rinsed out, the temporary red hair dye. So I wanted to come back in here and show you what it looks like. And as I'm coming through it, you could see that it really has all of those roots totally coated and covered. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just wait for this to dry all the way. I'm going to apply the dark over that, and I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. After my hair was fully dried from the red, after I rinsed it out, I went ahead and applied the dark brown. And as you can see, it has covered it really well. You can't even really tell that there was a red hair dye in there before. I'm going to do a little spin around and show you the back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go rinse this dark out, give myself a vinegar rinse, put the conditioner that came in the box of hair dye with it on there, and then I'll be right back. Everything rinsed out of my hair, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, all my roots are covered, and there's no greenish tint. Now what I'm going to do is let it dry, and then I'm going to style it, and then I'll come back and show you the final results. Okay, so now I'm completely done filling and dyeing my hair. I let it air dry and then I styled it with a curling iron. Because of the conditioning properties of the semi-permanent filler and that there was no ammonia, PPDs, or silicones in the permanent hair dye, my hair got left in really good condition. It looks healthy and it's bouncy and shiny. Using a filler is an extra step, but it makes such a big difference in the look of your professional do-it-yourself home hair color. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. And if you could take an extra minute to subscribe, that would be awesome. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a green hair disaster. And as always, you guys have a good rest of your day. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.